What's up, guys? So here's part 2 of the Swan Landing painting. Refining it ended up being more difficult than I anticipated for at least 2 reasons. The first, the size of the canvas was probably a little too small for what I wanted to do, which was to add so much detail. So I think in the future I'm going to have to simplify my landscapes if I'm going to go so small. So learn from my mistake. Simplify as much as you can if you plan to use a small canvas. The second issue that I came across is that I did use the dark toned canvas. I usually use a more mid-tone. I'm more comfortable there. I didn't realize that using a darker tone would mean that I was going to have to mix my colors with much less white. Every time I tried to add a little white, it would just become so light in value. And that's because part of that dark tone was really coming through that canvas, and so it really intensified those lighter values. This gave me a lot of issues, and I had to keep reworking it. The other thing I realized is that I went through about 3 phases of this painting, meaning that probably, depending on your taste, you might have stopped at a certain point, but I kind of kept going. So at the very end of the short, you're going to see 3 possible outcomes to this painting. Now, to be honest, I did like the last one, and I think it still wasn't complete, so you'll see what I mean when you get to it. I'll probably keep working on it, but for me to include everything that I've done and what I still plan to do, I couldn't fit it in, even into a 3-minute short. So I hope you enjoy. And like I said, learn from my mistakes, definitely. Simplify as much as possible, especially when you're going to use such a small canvas. I also think you have to use your white, you're mixing white carefully, because those lighter values are going to look much more intense against this darker canvas, unless you want to create a layered look, which I think that's something I like, but I wasn't aware that's what was gonna happen, and I'm quickly learning now. So here they are, each stage that this painting went through, starting from the underpainting and through each of the phases that I think could work for a final painting. It just depends on your taste.